Making Anthropology Accessible by Krista Billingsley and Topsy Ramchandani. We argue virtual attendance and participation options are one step the American Anthropological Association can take to acknowledge and remedy inequities within our discipline and association. As student representatives of the AAA Members Programmatic Advocacy and Advisory Committee, also known as MPAC, we are elected by the membership to advocate for student members of the AAA. And virtual attendance and participation cuts across several of MPAC's seats, including student interest, labor and workforce, ethics, racialized minorities, world anthropologies, gender equity, practicing applied and public anthropology, and human rights. The prohibitively high cost of attending the AAA conference affects the most vulnerable population of current and future anthropologists, including students, especially from less privileged positions in universities, international attendees, and other economically distressed aspirants. For a discipline that prides itself on inclusivity, it is disconcerting that we have not already adopted virtual conferencing to level the playing field for those equally motivated yet socioeconomically constrained to remain networked within the discipline. The issue of virtual attendance cuts across issues of gender and familial commitments. Parents, particularly those with young children and especially nursing mothers, would benefit from opportunities to continue their participation in the AAA meeting through virtual presentations and networking options. We imagine there are others who are caretakers of family members, including elderly parents, sick loved ones or partners, or family members with disabilities whose family obligations restrict their ability to travel even if they can afford to do so. This argument goes to the heart of the debate on gender equity. Virtual attendance and participation are vital to the AAA fulfilling its commitment to meet and exceed all the requirements of the Americans with Disabilities Act. For aspiring and current anthropologists with disabilities that make travel difficult or impossible, virtual attendance and participation options will make the meeting accessible. This can increase AAA membership and meeting participation of people who have never been able to attend the meetings. In addition to giving long-term meeting goers currently experiencing disabilities the option to maintain their networking opportunities, stay up to date on current debates in the field, and present their work. The 2019 AAA meeting theme is Changing Climates, Struggle, Collaboration, and Justice. The option to take part in the annual conference virtually can aid in mitigating climate change, arguably the most urgent issue of our time. The call to decolonize anthropology continues. Who has the privilege of attending the AAA conference marks the dividing line between Western and non-Western scholars of anthropology. And virtual attendance will also confirm the AAA's commitment to public anthropology. For anthropology to remain relevant, its methods and theories must percolate into the public domain in an easily accessible and digestible format. Opening the AAA conference to a virtual community of attendees from within and outside the formal discipline will force all of us to acknowledge the pressing need to make our research accessible and useful to everyone, anthropologist or not. We established a working group on virtual attendance comprised of members of MPAC, an executive board member, AAA staff, and one outside member. The AAA executive board and staff agreed to launch the 2019 virtual attendance pilot. An outside vendor was hired to make 6 sessions, the presidential address, and keynote available for members at $75 a person, and the same for departments, or $50 for student members, and at $100 for non-members. In addition to giving a brief overview of our work thus far, we are seeking solutions to obstacles we are currently facing. As we move forward from the pilot, we seek to establish a more consensus-based decision-making model, as well as moving beyond the view that virtual attendance and participation are a threat to the association, the regular meeting, quality presentations, and accessibility for people with disabilities. The revenue the association collects from the annual meeting sustains the association, and thus there is fear that virtual attendance will take away from needed revenue. This has led to the establishment of a permanent 250-person cap on all future virtual attendance and participation options for the annual meeting. Further, an outside vendor was hired this year, which was an additional cost to the association due to concerns about the quality of the virtual attendance options. Concerns about quality have also included the need for and cost of added bandwidth at the regular meeting if additional virtual attendance options were added. Finally, a newer concern has been how to aid in making all presentations equally accessible for people with disabilities, in particular ensuring each participant includes closed captioning through their presentations. There are numerous solutions to these issues, and we hope our presentation will generate fresh insights to existing concerns. We could especially use suggestions for effectively communicating that we are concerned that there will not be options for virtual participation to present a paper or poster session, because participation would assuredly be a way that various forms of inequity could be addressed through virtual engagement. For example, students, international scholars, the unemployed and underemployed, and others would be allowed the opportunity to demonstrate the merits of their work virtually without the constraints of their economic precarity, work and family commitments, and physical inability to attend the meeting. Participation is essential to addressing inequity. We are also concerned about the cost of attending and participating virtually in the coming years, given the price points established this year. Many people cannot afford what may seem like an insignificant amount of money to people who are not facing economic precarity, namely between $50 and $100 to attend the meeting. Why not give scholars in the Global South, the un and underemployed, and students without access to wealth opportunities to present their work virtually when they do not have the means to attend in person? Finally, we are concerned that there is not a greater effort to take anthropology public. Key sessions and talks could be made publicly available at no cost to the association, increasing our public outreach. In conclusion, we are seeking solutions and possibilities for virtual attendance and participation in ways that are affordable, accessible, feasible for the AAA in terms of cost, technology, and quality, and based on an equitable, consensus-based model. We hope that this presentation furthers those goals and initiates insights and conversations. Thank you. Please feel free to contact Krista Billingsley at billingsley@usf.edu and Topsy Ramchandani at TARAMCHA@syr.edu.